everyone. So let me start the lecture. So just a minute. Let me see what we have seen in the last lecture is. So just a second. Yeah. So in the last lecture, these slides I have shown to you. So we have discussed the energy bands. What are the energy band gap in case of a semiconductor, in case of insulator, and in case of a conductor. Then we have also seen that how the covalent bonding and how the doping take place. And let's say if you are doping the semiconductor material with phosphorus atom, then it's an N-type semiconductor. And if you are doping it with a P-type trivalent impurity, it's a P-type semiconductor. Then what we have also seen is, like in case of a N-type semiconductor, you have a donor level which is near to the conduction band. In case of a P-type semiconductor, you have an acceptor layer which is near to the valence band. And when you make a p-n junction diode, under no biasing condition, there is no current because the majority and the minority current cancelled out each other. So in case of a forward or reverse bias, let's say first understand the reverse bias. In case of a reverse bias, the minority charge carrier current, that is a drift current, increases. However, the majority charge carrier current gets zero. So you have only current which is N to P, and that current is known as IS. However, in case of a forward bias, you have a majority charge carrier current only, and that current increases exponentially. So since earlier there was IS current in this direction and IS current was in N to P. Since in no biasing conditions, you have a zero current. Zero current meaning IS current is flowing towards P to N and IS current is flowing N to P. So in case of reverse bias, this P to N IS current becomes zero. So you have only IS current from N to P. However, in case of forward bias, you have this IS current initially from P to N, and that current get exponentially increased by a factor QVD divided by VT. NVT. So VD divided by NVT. So this is a majority charge carrier current. So if we wanted to give a complete equation to this current, which can define all three regions, we can give this current like this: ID equal to IS e to the power VD divided by NVT minus 1, where VT is equal to KT by Q. So at room temperature, this is equivalent to 26 millivolts. So we have also discussed all three regions. So if VD equal to 0, you get ID equal to 0, and that is true. We expected that. Reverse bias condition, if VD is less than 0, we are getting ID equal to minus IS. That is also we expected. We were expecting. And in case of a forward bias condition, when VD is greater than 0, ID is equal to IS e to the power VD divided by NVT, and that is we were expecting. We have also seen the forward characteristics, the IV characteristics of the p-n junction diode. So what we have seen is that in case of a forward biasing, what we can assume the diode as a closed switch because the resistance of the forward bias is very, very small. However, in case of a reverse bias, we can assume that the diode is in an open switch since the resistance is very, very high. So if the resistance is very, very high, we can assume that this is a open circuit. So we have also seen the band gap of germanium. Sorry, it's not band gap, it's a knee voltage. Knee voltage in case of a germanium is 0.3, knee voltage in case of a silicon is 0.7, knee voltage in case of a gallium arsenide is 1.2. We have also seen that if, let's say, we have a different material, how the forward characteristics and how the reverse characteristics will take place. So we've seen that, you know, in case of a germanium, since this knee voltage is less, so definitely the exponential behavior of the current will come earlier in case than the silicon. And in silicon, it is more earlier than the gallium arsenide. So similarly, we have seen the reverse bias conditions also, that since in case of a gallium arsenide, you have a less number of minority charge carrier, so you have a less amount of IS. However, in case of a silicon, you have more number of minority charge carrier because the band gap is lesser than the gallium arsenide. So you have more number of so you have more IS as compared to gallium arsenide. However, in case of a germanium, since you even have more number of minority charge carriers, so the IS is even more as compared to silicon and gallium arsenide. Okay, so these things we have already seen, and we were talking about the effect of temperature on p-n junction diode. So this is also we have understood that in case of a let's say if you are taking a characteristics at minus 25 degrees Celsius, So definitely at minus 25 degrees Celsius, you have less number of minority charge carriers because the number of electrons which are jumping from valence band to conduction band is less at low temperature. So if the number of minority charge carrier is less, definitely the IS is going to be less. If you will increase the temperature, definitely the IS is going to be increased. Similarly, the ID is also going to increase at the same voltage. If let's say you are increasing the temperature, definitely you are increasing the number of charge carriers in the conduction band also, because the number of charge carriers which are jumping from valence band to conduction band. So definitely there is an increase in the charge carrier in the conduction band also, which is the majority charge carriers. So definitely the ID will also increase in the forward bias. Now, how much amount it get increased, that we will see. Okay, so this was completely the recap session. So that is why I was moving a little bit faster. Now, let me start the today's lecture. So yesterday, what we have seen is that by increasing the temperature in a reverse bias condition, the current is increasing, the IS is increasing. Now, do we have any direct relationship between our temperature and IS? Can we directly tell someone that if let's say we will increase the temperature by 10 degrees Celsius, how much reverse current is going to increase? So yes, we have a direct relationship. What is that relationship is? Reverse saturation current IS will be doubled for an increment of 10 degrees Celsius in temperature. If you will rise the 10 degrees Celsius of the temperature of a diode, so if let's say you are getting IS is equal to 1 microampere, and let's say if you increase the microampere, sorry, it's not micrometer, microampere, and let's say if you increase the 10 degrees Celsius temperature of the device, you will get now 2 microampere current. So this is a direct relationship. On this relationship also, you can get one question in the exam. So here one example is given. Let's say initial temperature was 20 degrees Celsius, and let's say initial IS was 10 nanoampere. If you increase the temperature by 10 degrees Celsius, meaning at 30 degrees Celsius, you will get the current 20 nanoampere. That is doubled of the initial IS. And let's say now again you increase the temperature from 10 degrees Celsius, 30 to 40. Now you will get the current 40 nanoampere. Again, if you increase the temperature by 10 degrees Celsius, you will get the 80 nanoampere, and so on. Like this, you can get 160, 320, 640, 1.28, 2.56, 2.16 milliampere, like this. So this is how the current is going to increase with the increase of every 10 degrees Celsius. Here, remember, here it's not 110 to 100, 100 to 110. It's directly 100 to 200 degrees Celsius. So don't get confused here why it's 2.56 to directly 2.62 milliampere. Okay, you have to find out that. So with 10 degree Celsius increase in temperature, it will the reverse saturation current. Okay, remember, it's a reverse saturation current. It's not a diode current in a forward direction. The river we are talking about here only the reverse saturation current. So reverse saturation current becomes double. How the people have calculated this? That is a different story. People have calculated at, let's say, 20 degrees Celsius, what was the minority charge carrier density? At 30 degrees Celsius, what was the minority charge carrier density? And then they have calculated the current. Okay, experimentally also you can verify it, no problem. You can take a diode, you can put it in a reverse bias, you can you can make a setup where you can also measure the temperature. So if you will take the reading at 20 degrees Celsius, definitely whatever the reading you are getting, if you will increase the temperature by 10 degrees Celsius, you will get just the double current. Why you are getting the double current? Because with 10 degrees Celsius increase in the temperature, you are now having more number of minority charge carriers. And we know that the reverse saturation current depends only on the minority charge carriers. Even it is not dependent upon the voltage. You have seen that, you know, if you are increasing the voltage, it's almost constant. That's why its name is saturation current, because it is limited by the number of charge carriers. So anyhow, if you will increase the minority charge carriers, the current will increase. If you will increase the voltage, maybe the current is not going to increase, because you know there are limited number of charge carriers available in the device. अब उस पे चेक जितना मर्जी फोर्स लगाते रहो, आप जितना मर्जी वोल्टेज लगाते रहो, वो कह रहे हैं कि हम तो भैया हैं ही जब 1000, तो हम बढ़े कहां से? So either you need to increase the temperature to increase the reverse saturation current, or you need to put some light, because light also can generate some of the minority charge carriers. It's not that only temperature is needed, but you don't want to increase the reverse saturation current. Why you want to increase the reverse saturation? You don't want to increase the reverse saturation current. Why you don't want to increase the reverse saturation current? Can anyone tell me why we don't want to increase the reverse saturation current? Can anyone tell me कि क्यों हम रिवर्स सैचुरेशन करंट को बढ़ाना नहीं चाहते? हम हमेशा एक ऐसा डायोड बनाना चाहेंगे, आप अगर आगे चल के जब आप पढ़ाई करेंगे तो आपको समझ में आएगा कि we always require a kind of a diode which has a very low reverse saturation current. If a diode has a 1 microampere and one diode has a let's say 1 nanoampere, so always you will prefer a 1 nanoampere diode. Now can anyone tell me why it is so? कोई भी बता सकता है?
Sir, so that it can go nearer and nearer to the ideal diode.
Okay, चलो ठीक है, मैंने ये मान लिया. But
Diode current will decrease.
What will you do with
effect की वजह से?
No. Anyone else?
Diode current will decrease.
No.
So
See,
cause and reverse bias, we want the diode to act as a resistor.
No. देखो पता क्या है? You need to understand first that what is the use of these diodes? What is the use of transistor? जब तक हमें use नहीं पता चलेगा, हम कैसे आंसर देंगे? हमें ये नहीं पता कि हम इनको यूज कहाँ करते हैं डायोड्स को. एक तो हो गए सिंपल एनालॉग के सर्किट्स, क्लिपर हो गया, क्लैंपर हो गया, रेक्टिफायर हो गया. There are circuits like clipper, clamper, rectifiers. Okay, we can use diode in that. The major use of diodes, transistors, CMOS, MOSFET, इनका जो मेजर यूज है वो पता है कहाँ है? इन डिजिटल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स. आजकल आप सुन रहे हो ना, डिजिटल इंडिया, डिजिटल इंडिया, डिजिटल इंडिया. So people use these diodes in a digital electronics. And what is the digital electronics? Digital electronics says I have only two states. बहुत ध्यान से सुनना, एक बहुत ही डिफरेंट चीज बता रहा हूँ आपकी नॉलेज के लिए, क्योंकि जब हम पढ़ते हैं सो हमें साथ के साथ समझ में आना चाहिए कि why we are studying all these things, what is the importance of all these things. So इसलिए मैं वो importance आपको बता रहा हूँ, बहुत ही important चीज. So in digital electronics says that I have only two levels. I have 1 and I have 0. Okay. So now let's say, मैंने फर्स्ट लेक्चर में भी आपको बताया था, every letter, every number, every symbol, every syntax, every anything has to be represented in terms of 1 and 0. Everything has to be represented. Now, what is that 1 and 0? The question is, what is that 1 and 0? Let's say if I wanted to do some work in a calculator, let's say I wanted to some work in a laptop, then it is easy to say everything is in 1 0. But what is that 1 and 0? What is that? क्या अंदर कहीं 1 और 0 की खान है क्या? कहीं अंदर ऐसे 1 and 0 भर के रखे हुए हैं क्या अंदर कि 1 and 0? What is that 1 and 0?
Binary
Presence or
numbers.
absence- Presence or absence of electrons.
Yes,
current
basically
Present.
this is basically a coding. 1 and 0 is basically a coding. We just have coded the alphabets into 1 and 0, and 1 and 0 is the coding, and it is represented by the current. let's say we have the diode placed over a circuit. Let's say 1000 diodes I have placed over the circuits. Now in some of the diodes the current is not going, and in some of the diodes current is going, meaning some of the diodes I am reading those diode as a 1, I am reading those diode as a 0 in which the current is not flowing. So definitely we would be requiring some device or one device which has current in one direction and does not have a current in another direction. Perfectly, we should have a switch. हमारे पास एक perfect switch होना चाहिए. Then only we can represent this 1 and 0. अगर दोनों ही direction में current flow होगी, so how did we get the action of this 1 and 0? We always want a switch kind of a device. Always a switch, एक perfect switch चाहिए हमें. Always. एक ऐसा switch which can considered as a 1, जैसे switch होते हैं ना अपने घरों में mechanical switch होते हैं. You have seen the mechanical switch. When you press it, there is a current. You call it is in an on state. Immediately the fan starts moving. And when you make it switched off, there is no current. So similarly, suppose you wanted to make an AND gate. Let's say, suppose you wanted to make an OR gate. How can you make using the switch? अब OR gate बनाना है, मान लो OR gate बनाना है. अब what is the OR gate? Can anyone tell me what is a AND gate or OR gate? कोई definition बता सकता है? What is a OR gate?
AND gate will
Sir,
give
when
one
two
output when both the inputs are on, and OR gate
Okay.
will give output when
Okay.
only either of the gate is on.
ठीक है, अब एक मिनट तुम अनम्यूट ही रहना, मुझे एक बार बताना. अब नाउ दिस इज ए OR gate. OR gate का सिंबल अगर आप लोगों ने पढ़ा हो तो ये OR gate का सिंबल है, और ये सिंबल है AND gate का. ठीक है, अब ऐसा क्या है, अब what is that inside this AND gate and OR gate, that when you apply here 0 and 1 you get 1 here, and when you apply 0 1 here you will get 0 here. अब ऐसा क्या है इसके अंदर भाई? क्या ये ऐसे वायर
Sir,
को एक मोड़ के, हाँ
सर
बताओ.
ऑपरेशंस को ऐड कर देते हैं अंदर, मल्टीप्लाई कर देते
नहीं वो कैसे ना, कैसे, how what is that inside in the AND gate, so that when you give 0 and 1 in the AND gate it gives you
सर
0.
एक में करंट पास हो रहा है.
It behaves like a parallel circuit.
सर एक में करंट पास हो रहा है, एक में नहीं हो रहा है इसमें.
हाँ, yes, so how, meaning
Sir,
what
due to
The
this-
orientation of the diodes.
Yes, it's basically the arrangement of the diodes is in such a way inside this AND gate and OR gate. Like for example, मैं just एक छोटा सा example दे रहा हूँ. अभी मैं इसके अंदर का सर्किट बना नहीं रहा हूँ. How does the diodes and the transistors are placed, मैं वो अभी दिखा नहीं रहा हूँ. But मैं एक बहुत छोटा example दे रहा हूँ, आपको देखते ही समझ में आ जाएगा कि अरे कमाल है. Let's say you have a mechanical switch at your home. जो mechanical switch होते हैं. Let's say we have placed those mechanical switches like this. Let's say we have placed those mechanical switches like this. Let's say this is A switch and this is B switch, and let's say you have an input here, and let's say you are calculating the output here. And let's say in one of the condition you have A switch is like this and B switch is like this, and let's say you have this kind of a arrangement. This is, let's say, input and this is, let's say, output. Now let's say I am calling this arrangement as a P, and let's say this arrangement as a Q. Can anyone now tell me which one is the AND gate and which one is the OR gate?
Q is the AND gate.
And P is OR gate.
Yeah, P is OR gate. Definitely. If any of the switch will be closed, whatever the input you are applying at the input side, you will be getting at the output. अगर आपने यहाँ एक इनपुट को लेट से क्लोज कर दिया ये, तो जो भी इनपुट आप अप्लाई कर रहे होगे यहाँ पर, you will be getting at the output. If any of the input will be on, any of the input, either A or B, if you are having input 1, you will be getting output 1. If you will be having output input 0, output will be 0. So it's something behaving like OR gate. Here, if you wanted to have output 1, you need to close both the inputs. Then only this current will be getting here. Otherwise, the current will, you cannot get the current here. What does it mean? It means simply if you wanted to make an AND gate, we kind of, not exactly ऐसा नहीं है कि एंड गेट के अंदर ऐसे ही दो डायोड हम ऐसे रख देते हैं एंड यू नो इट्स एंड गेट, ऐसा नहीं है। इट्स सिंपल लैंग्वेज में, लेमन लैंग्वेज के अंदर मैं आपको समझा रहा हूँ कि ऐसे। सो काइंड ऑफ इफ यू हैव टू डायोड्स, two switches, and switches is something like as a diode. Diode is also acting as a switch. अगर आप उसको ध्यान से देखें, so diode is also acting as a switch. In one direction current is allowed, in another direction current is not allowed. That's why you don't want this reverse saturation current. If the reverse saturation current will increase, definitely you are going towards more towards non-ideal, because you want, आप ऐसा थोड़ी चाहते हैं कि स्विच ऑफ हो, मैकेनिकल स्विच घर में ऑफ हो, स्टिल पंखा धीरे धीरे, फैन धीरे 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 मूव होता रहे। यू डोंट वांट दैट। कभी आप ऐसा चाहोगे? कभी नहीं चाहोगे। जिस दिन ऐसा होने लग जाएगा उसी दिन आप मैकेनिक को बुलाओगे कि भैया कहीं अंदर शॉर्ट सर्किट हो रहा है, देखना कहाँ हो रहा है। Immediately you will call the mechanic that you know it's even in the off condition the fan is moving. हमारी तो सारी की सारी इलेक्ट्रिसिटी खर्च हो रही है, हमारी तो सारा का सारा पावर डिसिपेट हो रही है। So this also leads to the power dissipation. So you never want this, but ये पता होना चाहिए, if you are raising the temperature, how much is the IS is going to increase. It does not mean कि temperature, जैसे कई बार क्या होता है ना, कोई चीज दिखा दो कि let's say the temperature is increasing, then the IS will increase. तो मजा सा आने लगता है कि चल कल को temperature increase कर देंगे, IS increase हो जाए। No. Just for the for like कि you should know that what is the effect of temperature, so that आप लैपटॉप के नीचे कूलिंग फैन लगा सकें। Should not increase, आप ना increase होने दें temperature of the laptop. That's why people use the cooling fan below the laptop, huh? Because if the temperature will increase, there are so many things. The conductivity of the sample will increase. Eventually, it will increase the reverse saturation current. If the reverse saturation current will increase, maybe you will not get the action of 1 and 0. भाई कोई लिमिट रखी होगी ना, जो लोगों ने जिन्होंने बनाए होंगे एंड गेट और गेट, उन्होंने कुछ लिमिट रखी होगी कि 15 milliampere will act as a 1 and 1 milliampere will act as a 0. Let's say they have kept some limit. ऐसा तो है नहीं 0 को 0 रखा होगा, 0 तो जरूरी नहीं है always 0 you will get. You will get some amount of current, you will get some amount of voltage. You can never get 0 volt. Some amount of voltage you will get. Sometimes even if you are getting 0 volt, but still somewhere in between there is a noise. So noise get added up, and you will not get 0 volt. So people have kept some limit. Okay, till 0.3 volt, we will consider this as a 0. So pata chala you are raising the temperature and that 0.2 volt get converted into 0.4, and we have kept the limit that till 0.3 volt we will assume this as a 0. So as soon as the voltage will go 0.4, it will not remain 0. So your complete circuit, your complete system will behave abnormally. So you don't want to increase that. Okay, remember, always remember that whatever the diode is having the lowest saturation current is always the good. Okay, so you want less number of defects. Defects also increase the reverse saturation current, because whenever there is a defect, it leads to the minority charge carrier, because there is a bond, वहां पे bond टूटा हुआ होगा, समझे? defects क्यों minority charge carrier को करता है? Because when you have a perfect crystal, you have silicon here, silicon here, silicon here, silicon here, silicon here, and every silicon has bonded with this. But if you don't have a silicon here, let's say there is a defect in the material, बहुत ही अंदर की बातें बता रहा हूँ आपको, ये it's not related to the syllabus. मतलब ये नहीं है ऐसा कि syllabus से जरूरी नहीं है हम हर चीज syllabus से related पढ़े ना, कुछ ना कुछ knowledge, extra knowledge भी होनी चाहिए. So when you have a defect, let's say here, let's say you have a defect here, so this silicon electron is freely available. ये कह रहा है कि ठीक है भैया मैं तो घूम रहा हूँ, this will be act as a minority charge carriers, because ये तो phosphorus doping से तो आया नहीं, phosphorus doping से जो आते हैं वो majority charge carrier होते हैं. So this will unnecessarily create a large number of electrons, which will increase the reverse saturation currents. So you don't want that. Okay, आगे चलते हैं. Now, what is the forward current? How does it depends upon the temperature? So do we have that relation also? Okay, that relation we have not shown here, no problem. कहीं पे अगर आएगा तो मैं बता दूंगा कि वो फॉरवर्ड में टेम्परेचर को रेज करने से कैसे होगा, वो आप कैलकुलेट भी कर सकते हैं. यू हैव ए इक्वेशन, अगर नहीं भी है so you have a equation id equal to is e to the power qvd divided by nkt minus 1. So you can find out the diode current at 20 degrees Celsius, at 30 degrees Celsius. You need to change this and you will get the current. Okay. Now, the next thing is difference between ideal and
Sir, once can you re-explain the forward bias case?
in forward bias. You can directly find out the current from the equation. If let's say it is asked that, you know, at 0.6 volt, find out the current of a diode at 20 degrees Celsius and let's say at 30 degrees Celsius, and is is also given. So you can find out directly from the equation. You know is at 20 degrees Celsius, you know is at 30 degrees
Sir,
Celsius.
the graph of forward bias case.
This one?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so if you are increasing the temperature, definitely the number of charge carrier is going to increase. Definitely their energy is going to increase. So let's say if you have a PN junction diode like this, let's say this is a PN junction diode. So now this electron, which was not able to increase, which was not able to move towards this direction. Now, if you are increasing the energy, if you are increasing the temperature, this electron have more energy. If this electron have more energy, there is a high probability that this electron can go even at the lesser even at the lesser voltage, it can cross this barrier. Getting my point or not? अगर आपने temperature let's say 25 degrees Celsius है, or let's say at that time this is 0.7 volt. So definitely जो ये bottom में इलेक्ट्रॉन रखा हुआ है, इस bottom में रखे हुए इलेक्ट्रॉन को 0.7 वोल्ट चाहिए वहां तक पहुंचने के लिए, isn't it? Now let's say you have increased the temperature to 50 degrees Celsius. Now this electron has enough energy. Its energy has been increased. Now इसकी kinetic energy बढ़ेगी नहीं बढ़ेगी भाई, temperature बढ़ेगा तो energy बढ़ेगी definitely. Velocity बढ़ेगी तो half mv square से इसकी energy बढ़ेगी तो this electron can go towards p side even at the lower voltage. 0.6 volt पे ही ये जा सकता है. So that's why you are getting a higher current even at the same voltage. Clear? Okay. So next is difference between an ideal diode and a practical diode. So what is the ideal diode? A diode हमने एक पढ़ लिया. What do you think? What should be the ideal diode? Ideal diode should be like a switch, one switch. And what is a switch? Switch is, let's say you have a V here and you have a I here. So how should it work? When the voltage is negative, the current should be zero. And as soon as you give a positive voltage, the current should be infinite like this. This has to be ideal diode. Ideal diode ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि okay, let's wait for some voltage and then the current will increase, and even the current will increase exponentially. एकदम current मिलनी चाहिए आपको. So this is an ideal diode. Whenever you are applying a forward, immediately the current gets shoot up, and whenever you have a negative voltage, the current is zero. Meaning, ideally, as soon as you apply a negative voltage, the resistance has to be infinite. As soon as you are applying a positive voltage, the resistance has to be zero. This should be the ideal diode. In forward bias, the resistance has to be zero. In case of a reverse bias, the resistance has to be infinite. Then only we will treat this diode as a ideal switch. तभी एक ideal switch हो जाएगा. But in practically, you don't get this. You can never get this. आप ऐसा मिल ही नहीं सकता. Because as soon as you have made the PN junction, because of the charge carriers present, because of the resistance of material itself, you cannot get an infinite current with a zero voltage drop. कुछ ना कुछ voltage drop तो होगा ही. So this is your practical diode. The characteristics of practical diode is somehow little bit different than the ideal diode. Okay. Now here in case of a forward bias, you have VD divided by ID. You always get some few ohm resistance. You can never get 0 ohm. No problem. In case of a reverse bias, if you find out the resistance, you will always get some resistance in mega ohm. Let's say, for example, let's say at -2 volt, you are getting 2 microampere current. What is the resistance? So the resistance will be V is equal to IR, R is equal to क्या होता है? V is equal to IR, R is equal to V by I, 2 volt divided by 2 microampere. So this is a 1 mega ohm. You can never get infinite resistance in case of a practical diode. So in ideal diode, forward is 0, reverse is infinite. However, in case of a practical diode, the forward resistance is low and the reverse resistance is very high. You can see. फिर कोई पूछता है very high meaning, so in mega ohm. कोई पूछता है very low meaning, it's in a few ohm. Okay, this thing is also clear, no problem. Now, before going to further, we need to understand the different resistance of the diodes. Okay, so depending upon how you have biased the diode. Now, what is the biasing? Okay, first understand. Let's understand the biasing. What is the meaning of biasing? So this term will come again and again. You have biased the transistor, you have biased the diode, you have biased the MOSFET. So this term will come again and again. So I wanted to clear here itself. What is the biasing? Biasing meaning, let's say you have used a diode in a circuit. आप कोई circuit आपने बनाया. You have made one circuit, and in that circuit you have, let's say, placed a diode somewhere. Okay. So what is the voltage you have applied, and what is the current is flowing through the diode? क्योंकि आपने कुछ ना कुछ रेजिस्टर लगाए होंगे, एक रेजिस्टर यहाँ लगा होगा, एक रेजिस्टर यहाँ लगा होगा. सो अब डायोड की कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स में तो भैया सारी करंट है, एवरी करंट इज फ्लोइंग. ये भी करंट है, ये भी करंट है, ये भी करंट है, ये भी करंट है, ये भी वोल्टेज है, ये भी वोल्टेज है, दिस आल्सो वोल्टेज. यू हैव सो मेनी वोल्टेजेस एंड यू हैव सो मेनी करंट्स. एक ही डायोड पे आपको सभी तरीके की करंट मिल सकती है, एंड यू कैन गेट एवरी टाइप्स ऑफ वोल्टेजेस डिपेंडिंग अपॉन वेयर एक्चुअली यू हैव प्लेस्ड द डायोड, what actually voltage you have applied, and how actually you have placed the resistor across the diode, so that you are getting this much amount of current. So that is known as a biasing. On which point you have a characteristics of a diode where you can have infinite point, you can have infinite point of the current, you can have infinite point of the voltage, but in circuit that diode is working on which point. Actually इस कर्व के ऊपर कौन से पॉइंट के ऊपर वर्क कर रहा है. Whether this diode is working on this point, meaning in this circuit the current is flowing this much and the voltage is across the diode is this, or you have applied it this voltage, this is the current and this is the voltage. On which voltage or which current, on which point you have biased, on which point you have placed the diode, that is known as the biasing point. Okay, किस पॉइंट के ऊपर आपने उसको बायस्ड किया है, that is known as the biasing. Okay, now you have to find out the resistance. So if you bias the diode DC according to DC, let's say the voltage is fixed and the current is fixed, you call the DC resistance. You can find out the DC resistance of the diode. मतलब you just need to find out the biasing point, meaning at which point the diode is working. Okay, so let's say for example, जैसे अपन एक example देख लेते हैं. Let's say this is a diode and let's say this is a resistance of 2 kilo ohm, and let's say I have applied here 2 volt. So if I'll ask you what is the current and what is the voltage across the diode, so what should be your answer? Can you tell me? Can anyone tell me?
0.1 ampere.
Sorry,
1
1 milliampere.
milliampere.
Okay.
Less than 1 milliampere.
Okay. Less than 1 milliampere. Okay. And what about the voltage?
So voltage 0.7.
Voltage is 0.7. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. This is you here what you have done. पता है आपने क्या किया? आपने inherently अपने मन में assume कर लिया कि डायोड का 0.7 वोल्ट ही होता है इसके अक्रॉस डायोड के वोल्टेज. voltage diode across the diode always 0.7. It's not 0.7 ना, देखो आप ग्राफ में देखो, here it may be 0.7, here it may be 0.72, here it may be, और अगर आगे चले जाए it may be 0.73. So exactly how can you find that at what voltage and what current it is biased? For that you would be requiring the characteristics of this diode. जब तक आपके पास इसकी characteristics नहीं होंगी, you can never find the biasing point. Getting my point or not? अब मैं अगर आपको इसकी डायोड की कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स भी दे दूं, मैं कह दूं ये जो मैंने डायोड लगाया है इसमें भैया 10 to the power 15 की डोपिंग है और 10 to the power 17 की डोपिंग है इस साइड में, और इसका ग्राफ ऐसा दिखता है, और मैं आपको बता दूं यहाँ पे सारे पॉइंट मेंशन कर दूं कि मैंने इसकी कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स अलग से बैठ के निकाली हुई हैं, और मैं मेंशन कर दूं दिस इज 0.5 एम्पियर, दिस इज 0.5 मिली एम्पियर, दिस इज 1 मिली एम्पियर, और मैं यहाँ पे मेंशन भी कर दूं दिस इज 0.73 और 0.5 मिली एम्पियर पे दिस इज 0.71. Can now you tell me that what is the biasing point of this circuit?
Yes.
What? बताओ. अरे definitely it will be 1 milliampere and 0.73 volt. Because this diode, definitely this diode is in a forward bias. इसमें 0.7 से ज्यादा voltage लगा हुआ है. So definitely it will conduct. How much it will conduct? Depending upon the resistance. What is the resistance value? It's a 2 kilo ohm. So definitely the current is going to be 1 milliampere. So definitely that 1 milliampere current is going to flow like this in the circuit. And at 1 milliampere, what is the diode? What is the voltage across the diode? That is 0.73. So 0.73 will be here and rest of the voltage will be here. लगभग 1.27 के आसपास voltage will be there. So this is how you can find out. ये तो just मैंने एक example लिया है, ठीक है ना? This is how you can find out. Now, if you have find out that what is the voltage and what is the current, then you can find out the DC resistance. How? V is equal to IR, R is equal to V by I. So simply, whatever the voltage is across the diode and whatever the current across the diode, you will get the resistance. So this is known as a DC resistance. Okay. One more kind of a resistance is there. एक और resistance होता है कौन सा? AC resistance. Let's say, suppose sometime you are working with, let's say, amplifier. Let's say you are working with amplifier. ध्यान से सुनना और मुझे टाइम बता दिया करना, मुझे टाइम का पता नहीं रहता भाई बिल्कुल भी, स्क्रीन पे इसमें लैपटॉप वाली स्क्रीन में आता नहीं सामने क्योंकि व्हाइट बोर्ड आ जाता है. सो प्लीज जब भी कभी टाइम होने वाला हुआ करे तो 2 मिनट पहले लेट मी रिमाइंड कि सर 2 मिनट बचे हैं, छोड़ दीजिए क्लास, क्योंकि अदरवाइज द नेक्स्ट टीचर इज वेटिंग, है ना? सो वो अच्छा नहीं लगता. सो now let's say you are working with the amplifier. Amplifier का मीनिंग क्या होता है कि एक सर्किट है, एक सर्किट को आपने बायस कर दिया है किसी पॉइंट के ऊपर, एंड उस सर्किट में आपने you have superimposed a very small AC signal over there. जो हम ये बोल रहे हैं मुंह से, तो ये जो है बोल रहे हैं, तो इसका एक सिग्नल है, इलेक्ट्रिकल सिग्नल, एंड यू वांटेड टू इंक्रीज दैट सिग्नल. सो यू हैव सुपरइम्पोज्ड दिस एसी सिग्नल ऑन द डीसी सर्किट जो भी आपने बना के रखा हुआ है, एंड यू वांट टू गेट एम्पलीफाई दिस सिग्नल लाइक दिस. सो लेट्स से originally you have biased the diode at a 0.7 volt, and let's say there was a current of 2 milliampere at that time, and let's say you have superimposed one AC signal like this on this diode. That AC signal is, let's say, of having 0.1 volt positive and 0.1 volt negative. Let's say that AC signal has an amplitude of 0.2, 0.1 in a positive direction and 0.1 in a negative direction. Then how will you find out the diode resistance? Because now the diode biasing point is keep on moving. It's not fixed at 2 milliampere. Now it's moving. As soon as you have applied AC signal, the voltage across the diode is changing from 0.6 to 0.8. So if the voltage is changing from 0.6 to 0.8, the current is also changing across the diode from this amount to this amount, what would be the AC resistance? In that case, you will find out the AC resistance. So what you will do is you will draw a tangent line here and you will find the AC resistance RAC delta VD divided by delta ID. You will take any 2 point, you will find out the slope of this tangent line and you can find out the RAC. No problem. The another kind of a resistance is the average resistance. एक और लोग कैलकुलेट करते हैं रेजिस्टेंस डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द
3 minutes are remaining.
बस लास्ट मिनट में मैं बंद कर दूंगा. लास्ट मिनट. The third kind of a resistance is a average resistance. Let's say sometimes since in diode में क्या है, diode में कोई एक linear line नहीं है इसकी characteristics कि यहाँ resistance निकाल लो, यहाँ निकाल लो, यहाँ निकाल लो. Everywhere the resistance is not same. You have different reason. Here the slope is different. Here the slope is different. So let's say if the diode is biased, let's say it's moving from one point here to let's say one point here. You cannot put a tangent here. So at that time you need to find out the average resistance of the diode. And how to calculate the average resistance? Point to point. You can take the difference point to point. This is VD2, this is VD1, this is ID1, this is ID2. Just find out VD2 minus VD1 divided by ID2 minus ID1. These are the resistances. I will finish here. Thank you very much. So I am ending the meeting. Thank you for
Sir, recording. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you,
डालता हूँ,
sir.
आज ही डालता हूँ recording. Thank you.